Good evening all and welcome to another video on All How the Ale. It's Sunday night, which means it's Tradby night. And the beer we're going for tonight, it's an interesting one. It's from Sainsbury's. It's this one. It is their chocolate and orange stout. I say interesting because every chocolate orange stout I've had in the past has been, shall we say, less than stellar. This one is brewed by Hall Woodhouse, the people behind Badger. And it weighs in at 5% ABV. What does it tell us on the back? It says the origin is from the Blandford Forum in Dorset. The style is stout. The taste is dark chocolate and zesty orange notes. It says this stout combines the finest roasted chocolate and crystal malts with subtle notes of dark chocolate and orange. The dark malts help deliver a full-bodied stout that is perfectly balanced with chocolate and orange notes to give a smooth, lasting mouthfeel for that perfect, indulgent winter drink. A great pairing with steamed chocolate pudding or vanilla torte. Well, I have neither steamed chocolate pudding or vanilla torte, but I do have a chilled stout, and there's a reason I've chilled this one. As I say, every one that I've had in the past has always been less than stellar. They've tended to be quite thin, and from my experience, when I chill a stout, it tends to tighten the body up a little bit. Hence why I've done it with this one. If you watched last night's review, that was a room temperature stout, and that was all groovy. But will this one benefit from being chilled? Let's find out. Let's get it out into a glass and see what we think. So I'm going to pour it into my Lemmy glass today, not my Titanic goblet, because I haven't washed it up yet. Anyway, the pour is dark, good start, but it's pouring quite thin. Let's leave it there. So, I mean, it looks a good colour, right? It's a nice dark beer with chestnutty notes coming through. It's actually not that dark. It's a bit of ruby coming through as well, with a tan head. That's a good finger's worth, reasonably tight. Looks alright. So a whiff. Smells like chocolate. Quite intense chocolate with a little bit of orange. I want to see ingredients list. Where are you? Where are you? There we go. Oh no, you don't have the actual ingredients. Interesting. Just the allergens, which is malted barley and sulfites, may contain wheat. I'm looking to see if the flavour, if it's a natural flavouring or if it's not. No mention. But the orange is there. Anyway, I like the chocolate. The orange is a little bit artificial. Probably is, to be fair. Anyway, see what it tastes like. Cheers. It too is a little thin. Light to medium. Carbonation is decent. There's a good amount of it, not too much, not too little. It's quite soft. And the flavour is exactly what it says on the tin. It is chocolate orange. It's quite an intense flavour. If you don't like chocolate orange, you are not going to like this beer. And my experience of chocolate orange stouts, I'm not sure orange works in a dark beer for me. I'm not sure. Because you expect deep, dark, roasted malt and chocolate and maybe coffee and caramel, those kind of flavours. But you get hit with a really intense, as they say, zesty orange. Now, on the nose it smells quite artificial. In the mouth it tastes quite legit. I'm actually quite impressed at how strongly it tastes of chocolate and orange. All credit to them for really amplifying that flavour. The malts do sit there behind it. They are quite robust, but not heavily so. Um, so once that intense orange fades off a little bit, the underlying stout is reasonably tasty. And the finish it's all about that orange and chocolate. I know it's such a revelation that a chocolate orange stout is all about the chocolate and orange, but that's what you get on the back end with a little hint of sweetness. Yeah, yeah, okay, right. Scoreboard of joy time. It currently looks like so. Nothing. Let's fill it in. With the red pen of judgment. Day 3 of the new red pen. It's lovely. Right. Revisit the pour ever so slightly. It's a good colour. And it had a good head to start. There we go. It is a decent looking beer. There's nothing really to dislike about that. And yes, I'm going to give it a point. Aroma is chocolate and orange, and it is a fairly big but, and I cannot lie. The orange is a little artificial on the nose. The chocolate's quite intense. And now I've gone slightly nose blind. Yeah, I have gone quite nose blind to it already. So the intensity has lessened somewhat, but it's still slightly artificial from the first whiff. I like the chocolate element, less keen on the orange, but I'm going to give it the 0.7. The body is a little thin for my liking. It's light to medium at best. Carbonation's pretty decent, but it definitely needs thickening up somewhat. So maybe some lactose wouldn't go amiss to really kind of give it that unctuousness. That would work really quite well with the chocolate and orange flavour as well. I'm going to go down the middle on this one and give it a 0.5. It could be worse, could be better. The flavour is better than the aroma, but not by much. The chocolate is nice. Don't get me wrong there. It says it's dark. I get a mixture of dark and light. I get the intense orange, darker chocolate up front, and as it fades, like I said, it goes into a sweeter flavour that's not really vanilla, but more of a milky chocolate, which is going to be polarising. You either love or hate it. I'm giving the objective score, and I'm going to give it, like I say, it's better than the aroma, but not by much. I'm going to give it the 0.8. And the finish, it's half decent. You've got orange, and it's not that faded, watery orange that you get when you suck on a segment of mandarin for too long and just goes meh. It's actually still quite intense. It's just less of it. It's dialed down. And the chocolate's pretty good as well. So like I say, it's a sweeter chocolate on the back end, but you do then get the roasted malts and a little hint of bitterness from it as well. What to give it? It's a good question. What do I give it? I'm going to give it the same as the taste. So we're giving it 0.8. So what we got? 8, 16, 17, 24. Well, hang on, no, my maths is shocking today. 8, 16, 24, 2.9. 1, 8, 16, 24. 2.9, yeah, 2.9 out of 5. My math isn't as bad as I thought. I'm just tired. Been up since 5 o'clock this morning. Anyway, 2.9 out of 5. It's better than halfway, but not by much. So we go to the bonus points. It can't have the full bonus because it didn't get a full 5 out of 5. Would I buy it again? I'm going to be honest. No, I wouldn't. Hang on, no, I'm telling lies here. My maths is shocking. That's 1.7, 2.2, 3.8. Sorry, 3.8 out of 5. I still wouldn't buy it again. I've read the looks 0.1. Shows how tired I am. Anyway, yeah, I still wouldn't buy it again. Only because, even though I've given it a 0.8 for the flavour, it's not my vibe on a stout. I prefer my stouts more chocolatey, coffee, traditional, maybe with a hint of caramel, maybe some vanilla, not a lot. Whereas this is very much on the it's slightly left field for me. Value for money. What did I pay for that? £2 a bottle, I think it was, something like that in Sainsbury's. For me, it's not particularly great value for money because I'm not the massive fan of the beer. But there we go. Yeah, 3.8 out of 5 with 0 bonus points. There we go. So, if you are a lover of chocolate orange beer, then give it a try. If you're not, don't. Simply put, it definitely tastes of zesty orange, and for that, it hit its design brief perfectly. But I think it's something you either love or hate. Yeah, I'm in the not a fan camp, but I'm glad I've tried it because I still hope to find one day one that works, one that's a little more subtle on the orange, a little sweeter on the chocolate, and has some robust malts to back it up. So if you know of anyone who does a chocolate orange stout that sounds a bit like what I've just described, do let me know in the comments section below so I can check it out. But for now, we're going to leave it there and say, that has been the beer. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I'll see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.